Hey y'all, it is Sarah and I am back with another podcast. And today's topic is actually coming from one of you guys. One of our lovely mompreneurs came and she asked how to continue on your entrepreneur journey without support. In her situation, she was talking about from a significant other, but I thought that this would be a great podcast topic because truth be told, a lot of us don't get any support from our friends or our family or even our significant other when we're starting a new business or a new business venture. Right. And so I wanted to touch on this topic because I haven't necessarily seen a lack of support from my significant other that I'm with right now. However, I have experienced it in the past, and I can definitely tell you guys from both perspectives of how much of a difference it has made of having that support and not having that support. But now looking back on it, I have a whole new perspective on how I should have went about everything that I was doing even in the past. And so I'm hoping that I can share my journey with you guys, my advice, my story with you guys, so that way you guys can actually start running from the beginning. Okay. And so when we talk about, not having support, not having, a significant other who can keep you going and motivate you to do what it is you want to do, my number one tip would be to just do whatever the heck you want to do anyway. Do whatever it is you want to do anyway, because truth be told, it's not even a guarantee that you will even be with that person in 2 to 5 years. So why let them hinder you from getting what you want to get, from getting your bag, from securing your bag online, when you may not even be with that person for the rest of your life? And that could be a sign that that person isn't for you if they can't even support you in something that you really want to do. If they can't support something as simple as you wanting to start a YouTube, a podcast, a blog, a new business venture, whatever it is, then how will they be able to support you in the long run when you still have a passion to do whatever it is that you choose to do? You feel me? So, with that being said, I do have 3 ways that will help you in overcoming the obstacles of unsupportive friends, family, significant other, parents, whoever. These 3 ways should definitely help you, okay? So the first one is to not argue. No matter what it is, people are always going to have an opinion on something. So if you tell somebody what you want to do and they aren't supporting you, don't argue about it. I wouldn't argue about it. I'll be like, okay, thank you for voicing your opinion, and I will move right on. And then I know from that point moving forward, I'm not coming to you about anything concerning my business or whatever I have going on, because obviously you don't support me enough to support me in this period that I'm in right now. Right? And I would also be keeping a mental note so that I remember when you get to the top, oh, nah, boo boo, you didn't want to support me. You didn't want to support me. You didn't want to, be in the trenches with me. You didn't want to give me advice. You didn't want to help me out. You didn't want to just be a listening ear when I needed you. Because a lot of times when you're starting a new business, when you're doing whatever you're doing, sometimes you would just want to vent. That's all you need is a listening ear. Sometimes I don't want you to tell me what you think. I don't want you to, well, do this or do that. Like, I'm not coming to you to vent for that reason. I'm literally just coming to vent to you so that I just can get it out. And majority of the time, when you just get it out to somebody that you trust, somebody that supports you and is there for you, you feel way better just from that moment. So my first thing is to not argue. Instead of arguing, you can just articulate your desire in a different language so that they will understand if you want to even do that. Okay, and then you can also share the vision that you have of your business and assure them that you will be responsible with your decisions. You can also tell them that their support does mean a great deal to you. And then at that point, of course, you can say, okay, if they actually hop on board, then great. If not, then that's okay too. Okay, but I don't want you guys to not do what you want to do just because of somebody else not supporting you. Because, like I mentioned before, not everybody is going to support you. It's people so close to me that I've supported through each and every one of their business ventures, each and every one of their, like, whatever it might have been, relationships, friendships, financially, mentally, like whatever it was, I've always been there for them. And some people haven't even been there for me in those ways, and that's why even as a friend, even as, whoever, you still have to know that I have to be there for this person or for whoever and not expect that back. So even if you support your significant other in whatever they do, if they don't support you back, then I want to say don't take it personally, because you can't have that expectation that that person has to support you. I'm hoping that makes sense. But I want to go ahead and move on to point number 2. And point number 2 is to recognize authentic friendships. Anyone can freely offer their opinions, right? But you have to acknowledge that you become a product of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So you want to choose your company wisely. So if you hang around 5 millionaires, guess what? You'll be the 6th one. If you hang around 5 people that's broke, guess what? You'll be the 6th one. And a lot of people don't realize that your circle determines how far you can go. Have you guys ever heard the saying, it's like, your team is only as strong as your weakest link? And that is so true. That is so true. And that's why you really have to keep a group of shooters around you, because if not, like, you hit. Like, you are hit. And that's why it's so important to really know who's in your circle, who's pouring into you, who's there when you need them, because those people are going to be the ones that's still there with you when you get to the top, more than likely. And not only that, but as they're going to the top, you will also rise to the occasion and go up with them. You guys are going up together because you have that authentic friendship. Okay, and especially because there are so many people that will literally wait. They will literally wait for your failure. And I like to call that bunch the I told you so bunch. You know, it's like, oh, I told you were going to fail. Oh, I told you your lashes wouldn't sell. Oh, I told you nobody would book with you. Oh, I told you that, that was a scam. Or I told you that that wouldn't work. And it's like they're literally just sitting there waiting, like a little crowd, like a little audience. And you really have to be careful with their presence, because your intention is to develop a business that should be committed to delivering value and not proving this person wrong. And that's something that I actually talk about in a different podcast, but it's like, your job is not to prove somebody else wrong, it's to prove yourself right. Your job is not to prove anybody else wrong, but just to prove yourself right, because you have to know that what I'm doing is for me. And it's for my target audience as well. It's not for the person who is preying on my downfall. It's not for anybody else besides myself. And having that mindset really does help you expand your business, expand your mindset, expand your personal development, and really take you to the next level, along with everything else that's connected to you. Okay? And so if you do have these negative people around you, you want to gradually distance yourself from them, because you really want to surround yourself around those people that's like-minded, and they're going to the places in which you envision yourself being as well. And authentic friends will support your goals and help you move forward. If you see the people around you not showing you support, acknowledge it and move on with your life. Move on with your life, because with the positivity that you bring, the right people will cross your path. They will cross your path. And that's how you attract those 5 people that you really want to be around and that you really want in your circle to be able to help you get to the next level. Okay? And then tip number 3 is to dig deep. Dig deep. And you really want to explain to your family or your friends, your significant other, or whoever, that if you don't pursue this entrepreneurial vision that you have, you are going to live with regret. And this is a feeling that everybody can relate to, because at some point, everybody has done something that they regret, right? Or not done something that they have later regretted doing or not doing. Your family will expect you to give up after a certain time if you are not obtaining the results they might expect. And you will be questioned in the most indirect way to see if you are still working on the venture that you discussed. And oh my goodness, y'all. Oh my goodness. I've had this done to me so many times, like, oh, are you still doing such and such? Or, oh, my favorite. Oh, this is my favorite, y'all. Eats me up inside. How is such and such going? Like, are you still trading? Are you still doing your business? Are you still doing X, Y, and Z? Like, yes. Yes, I am. Why wouldn't I be? It's like people really do expect you to fail and expect you to give up. And that's why you have to show up for yourself and keep going. You have to show up for yourself and keep going. And this process will really help you test your ability to be able to handle your emotions on all levels. It will require you to seek your inner voice and your true intention for committing to entrepreneurship, because it is a commitment. And so for them, of course, it's going to be so easy for them to pinpoint your failures. You will be criticized, you'll be laughed at, be compared to, and then it's going to be an official moment of truth. And it will not be between anyone besides you. And this is that opportunity where you dig deep and get to the core of your vision that you have for your life and your business. And this pivotal moment will really help define your energy and desire to succeed. So you don't want to just sit there in it. You want to take action and make it happen. Don't wait to become worthy of your dreams. The world is waiting for you. It's waiting for your gift, is waiting for the value that you provide, is waiting for your services, for your products, no matter if it is 100,000 other brands doing the same exact thing. Nobody can do it like you do it. And that's why the world is waiting on you. Okay? So all you have to do is just show up with the right intention. And also the last thing I want to share with you guys is that when somebody sees you going hard for your business and not being stopped by any means, that's when they want to hop on and actually support you as well. Like, it really takes you getting out there, being consistent, showing up for you, showing up for your brand, showing up for your business, and really putting yourself out there to get the things that you desire, for other people to see like, oh wow, like she really goes hard. Like, let me support her. They won't have no other choice. They won't have any other choice but to support you, because you are supporting yourself with or without anybody else supporting you. And that's really that mindset that you need to go hard. And like I said, I do want to thank our mompreneur who reached out with this topic idea, because I really do think it was a great one. And I really hope these points helped you guys. Just to recap, the first way that we talked about to overcome the obstacles of unsupportive friends and family is to 1, not argue, 2, recognize authentic friendships, and 3, dig deep and just know that you can't be stopped. If you have your mindset to doing whatever it is you want to do, then you can't be stopped. And so you have to literally go hard for yourself, go hard by yourself. And sometimes it really comes down to not telling anybody what you're doing until it's done. Because if not, people can get that doubt in your mind. They can, say all these things that knock you off your track. And a lot of times people don't understand that you may get a vision that's just for you, that God has given to you. And if you go talking about it to each and every person around you who are not aligned, who don't respect your relationship or your vision that you have received, then they can get you off track, and you could never birth the idea that God gave to you because of something that they say or something that they did or something that you allowed them to do, right? So I know this episode was like a little on a deep side, but I really just wanted to talk about it because I know so many of us deal with people not supporting us, people, really just trying to knock us off our game and all of that stuff. And like I said, I did have this happen to me, not in my current relationship, but I have had this happen, and that was one of the reasons why I'm like, yep, you gotta go. Like, you literally got to go, because like I mentioned at the beginning of the episode, if they can't support something as simple as you want to do YouTube, podcast, this or that, then how will they ever support you in anything bigger than that you want to do? So I hope this podcast helped you guys. If you are still here, then make sure you go ahead and hit the subscribe button so you won't miss out on the next episode. If you enjoyed the show, don't forget to rate this podcast with 5 stars and leave a review wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. Until the next episode, follow me on Instagram at Salmonor Media, and follow the Mompreneur Hangout podcast on Instagram at Mompreneur Hangout. Remember, you are not alone. I get you, I feel you, and I'm here with you. You got this. We got this. If nobody has told you they appreciate you today, please know that I appreciate you. Let's hang out again soon. We have a new episode coming very, very soon, so make sure you subscribe and stay tuned. Bye, y'all.